Alrighty guys, we're back for some Sacrifice Legends, and this is a Brothers War standard brew. We're going to go over the deck, then hop right into some ranked, but first things first, for anyone who may not know, I'm Red Cat and I play aggro decks and any decks with red in them as well, so I hope that sounds fun to ya. Also, we do got that Discord link down in the description if you're interested in joining that up. Okay, what do we got in the build here? Well, we got 3 Ashnods, which reminds me, this was actually a suggestion over in the Discord to build a Mardu Sacrifice deck with Ashnod, so thank you so much for the suggestion. This is a 1 mana 1/1 legendary creature with Death Touch, and whenever it attacks, you may sacrifice another creature. If you do, create a tapped Power Stone token. Pretty cool. Bottom ability here, I don't know how often we actually activate it, but it's a pretty neat one too. So for 5 mana, of course you can use those Power Stone tokens for that. Exile a creature card from your graveyard, create a tapped 3/3 colorless zombie artifact creature token. Nice. Got a couple cut downs and a couple Infernal Grasp because removal's important, right? I'm opting for the Infernal Grasp over something like Go for the Throat because I find that there are actually a lot of artifacts being played, so I miss a lot with Go for the Throat. Also, we have ways to gain life in here too, so nice. Got 3 Jadars. That extra zombie is going to really come in handy in here. Got a couple Reckoner's Bargain. We don't get to see this too often. It's a 2 mana instant speed. As an additional cost to cast this spell, sacrifice an artifact or creature. You gain life equal to the sacrificed permanent's mana value, and you draw 2 cards. So yeah, you can sacrifice like your Power Stone tokens and stuff, but since they're tokens, you're not going to gain life with it, but you never know. It might come in handy. We got 3 Elas il-Kors in here as well, a 2 mana 2/2 legendary creature, rockin' Orzhov colors up there. It has Death Touch. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 1 life. Whenever another creature you control dies, each opponent loses 1 life. So a very important ability in here, honestly. Okay, we got 3 Ob Nixilis in here. Just a powerful planeswalker that we just don't see enough, but it's probably going to do wonders in this deck. Got 3 Lagomos, Hand of Hatreds. Those extra elementals are just as important as Jadar's zombies, honestly. Also has a bottom ability on here where you can tap it, search your library for a card, put it into your hand, then shuffle, activate only if 5 or more creatures died this turn. So I don't know how often we're going to get a chance to actually use that ability, but you never know, right? I have a single Liliana of the Veil. It's just, you know, extra removal, I guess, and it works with the Plaza of Heroes, which is in the mana base, of course. Got a couple Braids in here, too. 3 mana 3/3, and at the beginning of your end step, you may sacrifice an artifact, creature, enchantment, land, or planeswalker. If you do, each opponent may sacrifice a permanent that shares a card type with it. For each opponent who doesn't, that player loses 2 life and you draw a card. So a pretty powerful card, and of course, it does have artifact on there. So again, you can sacrifice your Power Stone tokens to it if you'd like. Or maybe sacrifice your treasure tokens from Atsushi, right? We got 3 of these in here too. Just a 4 mana 4/4 flying trample is already pretty powerful, but then when it dies, you can exile 2. You get to choose one of these, by the way. Exile the top 2 cards of your library. Until the end of your next turn, you may play those cards, or create 3 treasure tokens. So nice. Of course, these legendary dragons from Neon Dynasty pair beautifully with Ratadrabik, a 4 mana 3/3 legendary creature with Vigilance and Ward 2. Honestly, the Ward 2 on this is actually really good. So other zombies you control have Vigilance, cool. Whenever another legendary creature you control dies, create a token that's a copy of that creature, except it's not legendary, and it's a 2/2 black zombie in addition to its other colors and types. Really cool card. I think it's going to be worth having 4 of them in here as it just pairs beautifully with so much already. Now we do have 2 more of our legendary dragons from Neon Dynasty. We have a single Junji and we have a single Ao as well. So nice. The top end's not done yet though. We have 2 Terror Ballistas as well. A 7 mana 5/3 with Menace. It's an artifact creature, so yep, the Power Stones will help us ramp into this, hopefully, huh? So whenever Terror Ballista attacks, you may sacrifice another creature. When you do, destroy target creature an opponent controls, and then it has Unearth for 3 and double black. So, you could call this card janky, but it looks pretty fun, huh? In the mana base, guys, it might look like a mess, but I put a lot of thought into the mana base, so hopefully it won't hold us up at all. Just a mess of dual lands and then 4 Plaza of Heroes. I think we're going to be fine overall. Honorable mentions, guys. Diabolic Intent. I really wanted to play with this card, but I couldn't find room for it this time. Ravenman, Gix, and Henrika and Garna are all really cool legendaries that could have fit this build. And of course, Mirror Box would have been pretty sweet in here too, but not this time round. Just things to think about, I guess. Okay, guys. What's the goal of the deck? We're just sacrificing our own things and hopefully benefiting from doing that. So it's a pretty simple one overall. We're trying to kind of cheat with our legendaries with Ratadrabik on the board as well. So getting this down on turn 4 might be pretty essential for this deck to operate well. Cards like Elas, il-Kor is just hopefully gaining us enough life to stop like aggro decks. I'm seeing a ton of mono red right now, a ton of soldiers and stuff like that. So hopefully the little bit of removal we have in here is enough to help us establish a good board state to just kind of like we're trying to clog up the board, I guess, and then benefit from that clogged up board state, which is interesting. All right, guys, enough rambling, huh? Let's go ahead, take this into some ranked and see how we do. All right, we'll see if we can get right into that first match here. I'm split on the deck. I think it's going to be pretty janky, but I also think there's just a ton of power packed in here too. A lot of these legendary creatures happen to be pretty powerful cards. Ooh, okay. We'll keep this. A lot of mana to draw. I think we'll be all right though. Go ahead and start with the Sundown Pass here. It's not like we have anything to play. Yeah, Swift Spear. Yeah, like I just got done saying, we're seeing a lot of mono red. This could be like, is it too? Oh my goodness, the third Ratadrabik. We'll be fine, guys. At least we went first. Oh no, a Feldon. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, we got a Braids. That's pretty good. That blocks pretty well. Blocks a little better than the Lagomos. Just taking 2 damage, though, really sucks. Either one's fine. I guess taking the 2 damage from the Pain Lands to get the Braids down now is fine because we potentially have a blocker with the Braids where the Lagomos doesn't block terrifically. The Rending Flame comes down, 4 going to our face this turn, and it's not looking great for us, guys. Although I did keep a pretty, I don't want to call it a risky hand. I don't want to call it risky. It was just a little bit of like I guess a slow hand is the word I'm looking for, right? Because these were the 3 land in our opener. At this point, we're just looking for our 4th. And even if we found our 4th, Ratadrabik could just eat another Rending Flame. So this is interesting. I've been seeing this a lot recently, where mono red has been going a little bit into the mid-range, and so like we've been seeing a lot of 4-drops. We have been seeing some Fable of the Mirror Breaker as well. And this is an example of Lagomos not blocking well, right? Where the Braids could have taken out the Feldon at least. Okay, well, we didn't have much of a chance this game, but that's okay. It's been interesting to see mono red kind of fit into more of a mid-range style. I know this isn't a mid-range deck by any means, but we're seeing just a lot more mid-range cards being played in it, which, I don't know. How do you guys feel about that? Is that what you've been doing as well? Because the next time I revisit mono red aggro, I'm definitely trying it. Like, I'm 100% putting a couple Atsushis on top because somebody did that recently. and it kind of blew my mind. Yeah, GG opponent. It's too bad we ended up just drawing really slow stuff too. Even just like some simple, like a cut down to stop the Feldon. Well, we still would have taken... Oh yeah, ranks reset, guys. Yeah, we're just chilling in silver right now, huh? Well, let's get into that second match because we got to get as many games in as possible with a deck like this for sure. Like, this is one of those decks, man, where like it probably takes 7 games to actually see what it's supposed to be doing. But most of the time, yeah, maybe, well, we'll see. We'll see before I say anything. I was going to say maybe we should just pack more removal into it right out the gate. But I think I want to wait on that claim. All right, we'll start with the Sulphurous Springs this time. We won't spoil the Plaza of Heroes just yet. Okay, now we'll spoil the Plaza of Heroes. Get the Jadar down and get our Braids set up for next turn. Oh, I still think it's Braids, and I think we will get rid of the zombie. Good draw. Lagomos would be good as well. No attacks because it obviously has decayed, right? So we get a draw from that. Nice. Nice, Ashnod, let's go. Infernal Grasp, opponent! How could you? But at this point, we better get the Ratadrabik down before playing anything else. Couple pieces of early removal from the opponent tells me that that ward is going to be... Oh my goodness, is it going to be a third Infernal Grasp? They're looking at it like, well, I gotta kill that. And I agree, opponent, you do gotta kill that. Sheoldred! Ew, we should probably take care of that before we draw. Oh, nice. Nice, let's get that Lagomos down here. That's what I'm talking about, guys. Opponent's down to 9. Most of that damage came from themselves, huh? Not necessarily, but yeah. Okay, they took out the Ratadrabik. Ayo! Woo! Woo, buddy. I'm tempted by the draw here. Let's get that swing. I think we just play the AO. I was tempted by the draw with the clue and then play the Ashnod, keep the cut down open, but we better get a nice chunky dragon on the board because they're getting pretty low on health. Okay, I thought it was going to be more removal because that was pretty much GG, opponent, GG. Because, yeah, that was just a ton of removal there, huh? Yeah, we got to see some of our... That's a good example of what I meant by saying, like, we just have so many great legendary creatures in here. But we didn't really get to see the deck do a thing, right? We just kind of... You guys know what I mean? Yeah, it's one of those decks. We need, like, 7 matches to actually see it, like, function the way we want to see it function. Other than that, we'll probably, if we get any victories, it's just going to be because we're playing good cards. Which is fine too, I guess. Okay, opponent, are you going to be playing Esper? Oh no. Oh my. Okay. I'll give it a shot. And I will actually keep the caves. Or I'll actually play the caves just in case. Nope, nothing to cut down that time. Alright, Sulphurous Springs. Sure. At least we have our red source now. Jadar, that would have been good last turn. But we do get to keep the cut down open again, so we'll see. And then next turn we're set up for Ratadrabik. They're gonna pass. Lay down arms. No! My Jadar! Oh no, it's gonna be a make disappear. Maybe not, maybe not. I'm actually going to play the seat so we don't take any damage. And I'm going to keep the 2/2 zombie in case we see like a Braids or something. Essence Scatter. Well, good thing we have a second Ratadrabik. Yeah, I'm going to keep this for now. Yeah, whenever I see this one, the Spara's Headquarters, there is a deck that doesn't necessarily run counters as far as I can tell. Looks like this one does though, so... Well, no sense in not trying it, honestly. These cut downs aren't going to help us at all this game, huh? Essence Scatter number 2. We could have played Jadar first, but yeah, we could have, but then yeah, we just have the cut downs left open. I guess Jadar's gonna land, maybe. Even if they have more counters in hand, they probably would have let Jadar land. Yeah, at this point we can actually swing with the zombie. But I guess if we were gonna swing, we would want to do that before playing the second Jadar. The cut downs might help us against like Wandering Emperor tokens and such. Silver Scrutiny for 3. Oh no, they're gonna draw so much more control stuff. That's not good news. I'm glad that first game was fast, huh? Yeah, cut down's just chilling. Wow, third Ratadrabik. I mean, Make Disappear doesn't hit it now, but they've already proven that they're not afraid to play Essence Scatter. They might just have 4 of those, honestly. I'm gonna do it before we swing, too, because if it is like a Wandering Emperor... yeah, they only had the 5 mana, so if they were gonna play like another Essence Scatter, then they'd only have 3 open. Oh no, they have 6 mana. Never mind. I'm crazy, guys. I've counted once before, and it was awful. Look at that Vigilant Zombie. That's pretty cool. So I wonder what this is going to be then. It might be another Silver Scrutiny, honestly. See, right now, we're just looking for more puzzle pieces now. Yes, Silver Scrutiny. Draw 3 more, and their hand is completely stacked. But you know what? This still might be the life gain build. What's the card? The 3 mana card. I'll know it when I see it. Depopulate? Oh no, we get a Jadar back. We drew a Caves? Okay. It's not terrible. How much land do I have in here? I don't remember right now. Okay, Ashnod, that's good news. Yeah, we'll just play all the land. They still have 3 mana. Start with the swing. I don't know when we end up using the Plaza of Heroes to protect something. Like, protection against for a Ratadrabik would probably have been the best bet. We can do this as an instant, right? Yes, we can. So I will wait for the Ashnod for the end of their turn. We can still get there, guys, but I mean, Esper control, I don't know what the Spar's headquarters is in here for. Farewell, my graveyard! No! Oh no, guys, it's an exile effect too, so the indestructible doesn't work. Yep, I guess that's that. You know what? I'll do it just for fun. Our graveyard's gonna be gone anyways, and our board. So, yay! We got to use the ability. Farewell's brutal, guys, and just sitting on both of our cut downs is pretty rough too. Seeing that against this particular build, they're not doing anything. Usually though, there's always something. Usually there's always something to hit with cut down, even against control, like I said, like the Wandering Emperor tokens and stuff like that. Silver Scrutiny for 3, they have 3 mana open still, and we might just give this to the opponent for the sake of playing more matches. Usually I don't like to concede, but they didn't even show any proof that they actually have a way to deal damage, so... so we might want to do something, right? Oh, you know what? I technically shouldn't have done that because we could have grabbed a land. I'm also gonna decline here too. Each player searches their library for a basic land. So Field of Ruin just ended up fizzling out, so they didn't get to search for a land either. March of the Otherworldly Light. Oh no. It probably would have been good to search for a land, so that way we don't we don't top deck as many, right? Because the other swamp's not great. Ah, there's the Wandering Emperor. Okay, well, we're gonna have a target finally. Yeah, take that, Samurai. Going up against control decks could be ridiculous, guys. Oh my goodness. Let's see what we draw, then we'll just go ahead and give it... Oh my goodness. Alright, let's see if it gets countered. That's so worth trying, at least. They have so many cards in hand, though. I'm fairly certain it's theirs. It's a good draw. Oh, Soaring City. Alright, I'll stick around for a couple more minutes. I'm convinced. You never know, guys. You never know. Wow, Liliana, too. Or we'll attempt the AO first. Sure, we'll get the Liliana down, take out their Samurai, maybe. Oh, they're rocking the negates in the deck, too. And a Fateful Absence, but AO's ability, huh? Alright. See what we find. Woo, buddy! Okay, well, Atsushi it is, huh? Let's do this. These are good hits, guys. I was like... Hey, they're gonna cycle a tower. They have so much mana, like, there's no way this isn't theirs. I'm probably just clinging on to hope that I shouldn't be. Start with the clue, because we have enough mana to do that. Another Atsushi. This affects the combat, so... Unless we want to play the second Atsushi this turn. Nah, we'll try. Try for more damage. Like, they might just run out, guys. You never know. Weirder things have happened, that's for sure. Very weird things can happen when you're up against control. Oh, my Atsushi. No. No, the treasure tokens would have let us play the other Atsushi. Wandering Emperor's rough. Alright, well, they have 2 cards left in hand. Gonna buff. Yep. We're gonna take the 3. Honestly. Honestly, I can't believe I'm still sticking around, but like, at the same time, they're pretty good draws, man. No real point in attacking now that they have their 3/3 Samurai. Unless I kept the planes in hand, they still would have blocked. They would have protected their Wandering Emperor. Oh, another exile ability. Okay, at that point, now it's over, right? Yeah, it's gotta be. Alright, we'll go one more draw and then give it to them. Woohoo, brutal match. Huh. Infernal Grasp. Guys, somebody stop me. Opponent, please, play your second negate so that way I can give it to you. Oh no. Oh no. I'm clinging on to false hope. The Wandering Emperor is out of here. What is even happening? Okay, I'm sorry guys, we gotta go another draw now. Like, Infernal Grasp was a good draw, because we needed a way to actually swing at that Wandering Emperor. Oh, Seed of the Empire exists. We're gonna take the 2. Wow. Wow. I wonder if they take this too. They do take the 2. Ob Nixilis comes down. Maybe. Maybe it comes down, right? I mean, at least 1 probably comes down because of the casualty. Opponent's thinking. They do have a Scorn for one of them. Okay, well at that point,
I don't need respect,
I probably...
just obedience.
That's a tough decision. I think getting a Devil down is more important, especially when the Devil blocks better than the Lagomos if I'm playing around a seat of the Empire. What am I still doing in this match, guys? Somebody send help. They've drawn so many extra cards. Yeah, they drew 8 extra cards above us. Yeah, we still have our blocker here too. And a clue. I suppose we should use the clue first. See what we get. Oh, I auto-tapped the red source. That kind of sucks. Crucible would have been pretty good to play this turn. Oh, they still have haste though, so... Well... Oh, Terror Ballista is pretty good. Start with the +1. They probably go down to 9. We have 2 mana open. Let's see if the Ballista hits. Dude, these draws have been amazing. Like, for real. A 5/3 Menace is terrifying for the opponent. Depopulate. Oh, that's right. Unearth. Reckoner's Bargain. Wow, guys, we're just like drawing so well. We might get there, guys. We might get there. I'm going for it. Like, the Reckoner's Bargain draw would be sweet too, but... Hey, GG opponent. Holy cow, guys. What even? What even? I cannot, like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I am so satisfied right now. Ah, jeez. Ah, well, hey, this is a good time to bring up, we got a new sub goal, guy. The sub goal is set all the way up at 5,000. So if you want to help us reach that 2023 goal, then consider subscribing. It is much appreciated, friends. Oh, I can't believe that game. Holy cow. My goodness. Woo! You can't top that. Okay, we go first. Double Jadar has convinced me to try this. So let's see. Okay, Xander's Lounge. Okay. I like the Elas il-Kor draw. Taking a bunch of damage, but being able to gain a bunch of life from the Jadars and stuff. Any mana would be amazing, yeah. Look at that. Now we can try the Lagomos, but Jadar probably eats a Make Disappear as well. So I'd rather the Jadar. I'm gonna do this before combat too, so that way the Elas doesn't, like, maybe they're more tempted by a Make Disappear other than like an Abrade on the Elas. Wow, I called the Abrade too, dang. My feelings are hurt, Grixis. Able of the Mirror Breaker. Okay. Well, at this point, I think we will just get the Lagomos down and swing and see if they end up blocking. And Infernal Grasp on this is fine too, so they don't ramp. But I think they end up taking 4 damage here. I'm gonna keep the Crucible back. for now. I don't know if we need the 4th mana necessarily. Yeah, so the ramp off of Shaman could mean an early... It could mean an early, like, Invoke Despair or something, which would be really bad. But at least we have the zombie. What's really bad about it is the fact that they get to stock up their hand while dealing a ton of damage to us. Double block is probably worth it. We lose the Jadar, but at least we don't have to use the Infernal Grasp on a token. Kind of acts like trading Jadar into it, you know what I mean? Corpse Appraiser, nice. That kind of sucks for this deck. We do have the Junji in here to bring back creatures. Braids, okay. Okay. So Braids is pretty good. Reflection's gonna come out next turn. I don't mind the Ob Nixilis play either. Keep the 2/2 back, maybe? What do we start with? Alright, no attacks. They have 2 mana open for like a Make Disappear as well, so going for like the casualty on the Ob Nixilis makes more sense to me. Since the elemental's gonna die anyways, it's better to keep the zombie. So they can drop a Make Disappear, take out one of the Ob Nixilis, but then we'll get the other one too. They might still prefer that, but at least we'd get one of them. And we might start with the 1/1 Devil. Yeah, Make Disappear. The treasure's gone. Oh, they're going for it. They're going for it, guys. Wait, was that supposed to hit both? Casualty for one. I think they might have clicked the wrong one. Wait. I'm a little bit confused. I'm gonna have to read the casualty ability here. Alright, we'll go -2 on this. We'll get a devil down, and I'm still gonna keep the Crucible back for now. I'm not convinced we need it down on the board just yet. Right, so the casualty, as you cast a spell, you may sacrifice a creature with power 1 or greater. When you do, copy the spell. And if it has any targets, you may choose new targets. I think they tried to target both of those on the stack, but only targeted one? Is that what ended up happening? You guys will have to let me know down in the comments, because I'm a little bit confused by that. Okay. Now we'll get Crucible down. So that way we can have the Infernal Grasp open. We do this before combat because things are going to die. Oh, I should have +1'd this too. It's still fine. Still good regardless. Okay, gain some life here. Now we're talking, guys. Things are starting to roll a little bit better. Want to keep this. It's okay if this dies because Elas does extra damage. So we'll swing like this. No, we'll keep this as an emergency blocker too. Then the Infernal Grasp hits what exactly? I think Jadar's the play this turn. Although it would be nice if they power up Bankbuster to take out the Bankbuster. We could also take out Corpse Appraiser. Reflection would be a good target. I guess like everything. Either way, these two things are going to die. And we want the zombie to die if we play the Jadar. So I think that this is fine. Get the Jadar down. Gain some life. Now we're talking, guys. Now we're rolling. Like, for real. We got a stack of a board over here. Invoke Despair. Yeah, I think we'll do that. We do lose the Planeswalker. That does suck a little bit. I guess at that point we could have gotten rid of the devil instead and dealt a damage to their face too. Then we would have been able to swing. Well, the devil's swinging's still fine. Yeah, hey, GG opponent, nice. We had a good little engine rolling here with our early game creatures. Kind of, again, showing the power of the legendaries in the deck. Pretty cool. And I still don't know if they ended up misclicking on the Ob Nixilis too, which would really suck if that's the case. I'm not really sure if there was just an interaction that I didn't understand there or not. It looks like we might have time for one more as long as it's not too long of a match, which I think will be fine. Especially when we're finding games this fast too, huh? Okay, we go first, and I like seeing Ashnod, but everything else in this hand, I think this is a no-go, guys. We can't rely on actually drawing mana, can we? Yeah, what the heck. Let's give it a shot for the sake of testing out the deck to its fullest potential, right? We'll see. We'll see how many turns it actually takes. Oh, we found a third mana. Let's go. All right, no turn 2 play, unfortunately, but we do have the Ob Nixilis ready to just play. I don't think we sacrifice the Ashnod to the Ob Nixilis. Well, maybe we do. Oh, second Ob Nixilis. See, like a simple counterspell for the Ob Nixilis, you know, like, the power that Casualty can have just to make sure that your Planeswalker hits the board is kind of insane. Okay, the Ashnod gets through, and this has to be something. Like, it really just, like, there's just no way. I'm sorry, Ashnod, but let's try to get Ob Nixilis on the board here. They're both gonna hit? They both hit. So the devil probably gets bounced then, but we gotta try it. Alright, let's give it a shot here. Like I said, the devil's probably getting bounced. Wow, it's an impulse. Okay, maybe next turn then. It's a mono blue, huh? We don't get to see too much mono blue. Not as much as we used to, at least. Nice. We got the 4th mana, too? Okay. So both of these are going to be plus, right? Let's do it before combat. Just in case they decide... Well, yeah, just in case they decide to wait till the very last minute to take care of the devil. Which I wouldn't, but... You never know. Okay, those are hitting.
Pleasure doing business with you.
I guess Ratadrabik probably eats a counter. Gotta try it though, right? Well, I mean, we could go Ob Nixilis, but nah. If we're going Ob Nixilis, we'll want to get rid of the one that's not a copy. Thirst for Discovery, the Ratadrabik's hitting the board, guys. Oh, buddy, if we end up seeing a white source for AO, then like, it feels a little too lucky. Okay, the Djinn hits the board. The Cut Down does not hit the Djinn right now, unfortunately. The Djinn's a little bit of a problem. So... if they end up blocking the Ratadrabik, we could play the second Ob Nixilis. But if they end up blocking the Devil, then we're going to want to... I want to make sure that there's a Devil and that we keep the copy. We'll start with that. We'll start with this, right? See if they go down to 11 here. If we can get enough life, too, to take a lot of hits from a couple Djinns, then that's pretty good as well. So this could be pretty much any counterspell. Like a Make Disappear could still be open because of the Jin's ability. And we're hoping for a block into the Ratadrabik, but we still full swing regardless. A block into the Ratadrabik could potentially let us... Okay, that's good. And they didn't even play anything for the Jin to kill the Ratadrabik too. So now we go Ob Nixilis, Casualty, Sacrifice Devil, and then hit the Jin. We'll see what ends up happening here. They could have a slip out the back. A Spell Pierce for one of the Ob Nixilis. That's fine, we still get the other one. Very nice. We'll go ahead and plus.
Just obedience.
This is anyone's game though, let's be real. Blue has a lot, and oh, we got to keep the token too, nice. So now if we draw our third Ob Nixilis. Okay, Cut Down is still open, but it's not going to hit a Jin regardless, so Cut Down's probably just not going to do it. We could cut down our Devil, deal a damage. Nah, it's not worth it, right? Nah, I don't think that's worth it. Because they could still have, like, Delver in the deck or something. Thirst for Discovery. They have a single island over there, guys. Okay. They have something for the Ratadrabik. Oh, no! GG opponent! Let's go, guys! Last game victory as well, and we're hitting gold. Cool, cool. I'm down. This was a pretty fun deck. It's kind of like I said earlier, though. When we ended up winning, well, we did have that one game where our engine kind of got rolling a little bit more. But for the most part, we just kind of won because we were playing good stuff, too. There's a lot to be said about Ob Nixilis, guys. Ob Nixilis is underplayed to the extreme. Did you guys see how much work this put in today against, like, every time we saw it pretty much, right? I don't know, man. We got to play around more with Ob Nixilis, and of course you need to have cards that work well with it too, like the Lagomos and the Jadar, and other cards that maybe don't mind being sacrificed, like some of the Unearth cards from the new set could really pair beautifully with an Ob Nixilis, huh? Got to see Terror Ballista with the Crucible of Defiance win us that one game, which honestly, I'm so glad I stuck around that match to actually win. Like I almost did drop the concede just for the sake of getting into the next match, but then somehow we caught up and every draw just kept getting better. So Reckoner's Bargain, we didn't end up like keeping that open for the Terror Ballista, but that could have been really cool the way we unearthed that and still had mana for the bargain. Since we just went for the victory with Crucible though, we didn't get to see that, but that's like a really cool concept, right? Everything in the deck was just really cool. I think the 4 Ratadrabiks is worth having in here. If you're really concerned about the legendary, you could go down to 3, but I think you might be a little disappointed. But hey, if you do go down to 3, go up more removal for sure. Maybe not a cut down, because as you saw there, we're kind of seeing a lot of control today at least. So maybe you do want that Go for the Throat in here. Maybe you want the 3rd Infernal Grasp. Maybe you want like an Abrade so you could hit artifacts too, like a Reckoner Bankbuster. A simple Abrade could go a long way in a build like this. So if you do have an Abrade or 2, then a Go for the Throat might still be better than the Infernal Grasp in that case, since you're now hitting artifacts, and Go for the Throat takes care of everything else too. So I think the Braids was good at 2. Yeah, but if you want the 3rd one, you might be able to drop the Liliana, but this also acts as more removal for the deck too. And of course works with the legendary theme as well, so. Yeah, cool one, guys. I liked this deck a lot, actually, and it played pretty well. It was kind of hard to get the ball rolling in most of the matches, and then Ob Nixilis just kind of carried us for the most part. I think that we could probably... So we have 25 mana. we could probably drop the AO just for the sake of just like splashing the white for the Ratadrabik and Elas, and then maybe the mana base might be a little bit more forgiving, but overall the double white and AO isn't going to be too bad, like at all, especially since Plaza of Heroes works well with it too. So yeah, I think we're fine. And honestly, AO is probably better than Junji in this deck just because of like that top ability is really good when it dies. Being able to grab like a Ratadrabik or an Atsushi from the top is really, really powerful, huh? Guys, if you made it this far into the video, then y'all are champions for real. I super duper appreciate you, and I will see you in the next video.